Welcome to my channel Valuable Coins, All World. If you've ever wondered if those old coins you have lying around could be worth a fortune, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're diving into some of the rarest US coins, revealing their jaw-dropping values that will leave you amazed. Stick with us till the end. You won't want to miss what these hidden treasures could be worth. Let's get started. Top 1. Imagine holding in your hand a small, ordinary-looking piece of metal, something you might toss into a parking meter, drop into a gumball machine, or overlook in your change jar. But what if I told you that this simple coin, a Washington quarter dollar from 1965, could be hiding a staggering secret? A secret so valuable that collectors across the globe are on the hunt for it. That's right, this isn't just any quarter. This is a piece of American history, a transition-era artifact, and possibly a key to unlocking a hidden fortune. The 1965 Washington quarter might look like countless others minted in the millions, but beneath its copper-nickel surface lies a fascinating story of change, rarity, and the possibility of extraordinary value. Let's rewind to the mid-1960s, a time of major change for American coinage. Up until 1964, quarters were minted using 90% silver, giving them a natural worth based on precious metal content. But as silver prices surged and the public began hoarding silver coins, the United States Mint made a critical decision. Beginning in 1965, silver was eliminated from the quarter, replaced by a copper core bonded with nickel. This new clad composition made its debut with the 1965 Washington quarter, which ushered in a new era. But with any transition, mistakes and anomalies are bound to happen, and this is where things get very interesting for collectors. During this chaotic shift in coin production, a few rare errors slipped through the cracks. Most notable among them are the extremely rare 1965 quarters mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These are not just minting quirks, they are coveted rarities that have become legendary in numismatic circles. Just imagine stumbling upon one of these rare silver-struck quarters when it should have been made of clad metal. Their unusual metallic composition, slightly heavier weight, and distinct ring when dropped are just a few clues that make these coins stand out, but only to the keen-eyed collector or lucky enthusiast. But that's not all. The year 1965 also saw a halt in the production of proof sets and uncirculated mint sets. This means that virtually every 1965 quarter entered circulation, making coins in pristine condition exceedingly hard to find. A Washington quarter from this year in uncirculated or mint state condition is already special, but if it also has an error, like a double die, off-center strike, or is one of those silver planchet rarities, it could be worth a small fortune. Combine rarity, condition, and historical importance, and you've got the perfect recipe for a collector's dream. So, why is the 1965 quarter so popular among enthusiasts today? Because it represents more than just a coin, it's a time capsule. It marks a pivotal change in U.S. coinage, a shift from silver to base metal, and reflects the economic and industrial strategies of the nation during that time. And for those with the curiosity to look deeper, it's a treasure hunt. Some quarters from this year may look just like the ones in your pocket, but under close inspection, they could tell a different story, one of error, uniqueness, and incredible worth. And now, here's the part that really brings this coin's mystique into focus. Among the known examples of rare and valuable 1965 Washington quarters, there was one extraordinary specimen, an uncirculated, silver-struck error with immaculate detail that stunned collectors and auction houses alike. This particular coin was sold for an astonishing amount. Yes, one single 1965 Washington quarter fetched the breathtaking sum of $235,000. So the next time you come across a 1965 quarter, take a closer look. That little piece of pocket change just might be your hidden jackpot. Top 2. In the world of coin collecting, some treasures are hidden in plain sight. You might pass them over without a second thought, never realizing the story, the history, and the value that lies just beneath the surface. One such overlooked gem is the Washington quarter dollar from the year 1971. At first glance, it might appear to be an ordinary coin, one of the millions produced and used in everyday transactions across the United States. But for those who know what to look for, the 1971 quarter holds secrets that can make a world of difference. It's not just a coin. It's a potential relic of history, a numismatic marvel, and in some extremely rare cases, a gateway to an unexpected fortune. To understand the true allure of the 1971 Washington quarter, we need to take a step back in time. By 1971, the United States Mint was in full swing producing clad coinage. Silver had been completely phased out from circulating quarters by 1965, and now quarters were made from a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. This new material composition was more cost-effective for the government, but had significant implications for collectors. No longer could one count on the precious metal content to add intrinsic value to their coins. Instead, the value of post-1965 coins came down to rarity, condition, and, of course, minting errors, those magical moments when machines slip up and produce something unique and unrepeatable. The 1971 Washington quarter is a prime example of a coin that has become valuable not for what it was supposed to be, but for what it could accidentally become. While most 1971 quarters are indeed common and worth face value, a select few have stunned collectors by revealing extraordinary features, striking errors, odd planchets, and superb mint states. In some rare cases, coins have been discovered struck on planchets meant for foreign coins, or even ones carrying doubling on the date or other elements. These errors are what collectors dream about. Coins that break the rules of the minting process and, as a result, become pieces of incredible intrigue. But what really elevates the 1971 Washington quarter to elite status is the rarity of finding one in pristine, mint state condition. Most coins from this era have been through decades of handling, vending machines, and the constant wear and tear of circulation. So when a coin from 1971 appears in exceptional condition, free of scratches, blemishes, and with a sharp, crisp strike, it becomes a target for collectors who are willing to pay high prices for perfection. Add to that the possibility of a rare error or unique anomaly, and suddenly, what looked like a pocket change coin turns into a collector's treasure. Collectors also look at which mint the coin was produced at. Quarters from 1971 were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and depending on the mint mark, condition, and any unique features, value can fluctuate dramatically. Coins with off-center strikes, missing elements, or struck on the wrong metal alloy are especially prized. It's these rare variants that make people dig through old jars of change and inspect every coin they come across, hoping to uncover that one remarkable quarter that stands out from the rest. The 1971 quarter reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary things are hiding in the ordinary. A small, overlooked item from the past could very well be a piece of history waiting to be rediscovered. These coins connect us with the time they were made, a period marked by change, innovation, and a shift in how America approached its currency. For numismatists and casual collectors alike, each coin is not just a collectible, but a tangible piece of American heritage. Now, here comes the part that truly captures the imagination. One extraordinary specimen of the 1971 Washington quarter, with near-perfect preservation and a rare striking error, made headlines and turned heads in the auction world. It sold for a breathtaking amount. Believe it or not, that seemingly ordinary coin changed hands for an astonishing $190,000. So the next time you hold a quarter in your hand, remember, there's always a chance that one small piece of metal might just be worth a fortune. Top 3. Have you ever glanced at the change in your pocket and wondered if any of those coins could be worth more than just 25 cents? You might be surprised to learn that some of the most valuable coins in America's history aren't gold or silver bars locked in safes. They're simple Washington quarter dollars, and one of the most fascinating years in this series is 1978. The Washington quarter from this year, while common in circulation, carries with it a hidden potential that many collectors and even everyday Americans overlook. So today, let's take a closer look at the 1978 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that has quietly become one of the most intriguing topics among numismatists and coin lovers. The Washington quarter was originally introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Its iconic profile, sculpted by John Flanagan, has since become a staple of American coinage. But what makes the 1978 quarter particularly interesting isn't just its legacy, it's the subtle variations, unique mint errors, and pristine conditions that turn a standard coin into a valuable collector's dream. Millions were minted that year in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, making the coin itself seem pretty standard at first glance. But within those millions lies a handful of coins that defy expectations and have proven to be worth much, much more. You see, Most 1978 Washington quarters have been through decades of circulation. They've been dropped, scratched, rubbed, and spent countless times, losing their luster and fine details along the way. But when a coin from this year emerges in a flawless, mint-state condition, what collectors call MS-67 or higher, it instantly gains significant interest. Why? Because it's incredibly rare to find a 1978 quarter that's not only perfectly struck but also perfectly preserved. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for quality, and the better the condition, the higher the value climbs. But condition alone isn't the only factor that drives the price. The real excitement comes from mint errors, those rare mistakes that happen during the production process and give a coin unique characteristics. For example, a 1978 quarter might be found with an off-center strike, doubling on the letters or numbers, or even struck on a planchet mint for a different denomination. These minting anomalies are not only rare, but each one is entirely unique. No two error coins are ever exactly the same, which makes them highly desirable among collectors. And when a coin combines pristine condition with a rare error, it becomes a true jackpot find. Another aspect that influences value is the mint mark. In 1978, quarters were minted in Philadelphia, which didn't use a mint mark, and Denver, which used a D mint mark. Some collectors specifically look for rarities within these varieties, like coins with a filled-in mint mark or inconsistencies in the lettering and rim. These subtle details may seem insignificant to the casual eye, but to an experienced collector, they can mean the difference between pocket change and a small fortune. Now think about this. How many times have you handled a quarter from the 1970s without giving it a second thought? The truth is, coins like the 1978 Washington quarter are still out there, hiding in drawers, old purses, coin jars, and forgotten collections. Some are still waiting to be discovered by someone curious enough to look just a little bit closer. It's that sense of mystery and possibility that makes coin collecting so fascinating. Each coin has a story, and some stories are worth far more than we ever imagined. So before you dismiss that old quarter you found in your couch cushions or inherited from a relative, take a moment to examine it. Look at the details. Check the date, the mint mark, and the condition. Because while most 1978 quarters are worth no more than face value, there are a few extraordinary examples out there, coins that are so rare and valuable that they've become legendary in numismatic circles. And one such coin, a 1978 Washington quarter with rare features and exceptional condition, was once sold for a breathtaking sum. That tiny piece of American currency was valued and sold for an astonishing $140,000. So the next time you hear that familiar jingle of coins in your pocket, remember, you just might be carrying a small fortune without even realizing it. Top 4. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story can lead to a discovery worth far more than its face value. Among the jingling change we handle every day, there could be a hidden treasure, one of those rare finds that turns a routine quarter into a collector's dream. One such intriguing piece is the United States of America Washington quarter dollar minted in 1986. While many may see it as just another coin from the past, a closer look reveals that this quarter carries much more than a portrait of the nation's first president. It carries history, mystery, and incredible potential value. The 1986 Washington quarter might not immediately stand out. Produced in massive numbers, it was meant for everyday transactions, to pay for gas, groceries, or maybe a quick snack from the vending machine. It features the same iconic design that has graced quarters since 1932. George Washington's stately profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle with outstretched wings on the reverse. Yet despite its familiar appearance, the 1986 edition of this coin holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and numismatists due to some unique attributes and rare variations that can send its value skyrocketing. One of the main reasons this particular coin has attracted so much attention is the potential for minting errors. Those fascinating mistakes made during the production process that result in highly sought-after collectibles. From double die strikes to off-center impressions and clipped planchets, these rare errors transform a basic coin into something truly one-of-a-kind. Imagine holding a 1986 quarter that features a visible doubling on the date or lettering, something the average person might not even notice, but which collectors recognize instantly as a valuable anomaly. These kinds of mistakes are like fingerprints. No two are the same, and that uniqueness drives both interest and price. Beyond the errors, condition plays a massive role in determining a coin's value. While millions of 1986 quarters were minted, only a small fraction have survived in near-perfect condition. Coins that have remained untouched, preserved in original mint state with sharp detail and full luster, are graded at high levels such as MS 67 or even higher. These flawless specimens are exceptionally rare, and their scarcity pushes them into the upper tiers of value. Collectors are always on the hunt for high-grade coins because they represent the best of the best, perfectly preserved pieces of history. What makes the 1986 quarter particularly exciting is that these rare versions could still be out there, hiding in plain sight. In a jar of spare change, tucked away in a forgotten drawer, or mixed into a childhood collection handed down through generations, a valuable 1986 quarter might be waiting to be discovered. And unlike more obvious rare coins that were minted in small numbers or from precious metals, the 1986 quarter blends in perfectly with everyday currency. Its camouflage is its commonness, and that makes the thrill of the hunt even more real for coin enthusiasts. Collectors also pay close attention to the mint marks. In 1986, quarters were produced in both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from each mint carry slight differences, and for those with a trained eye, even subtle anomalies in the mint marks themselves can contribute to a coin's overall value. It's all in the details, from the clarity of the strike to the texture of the surfaces. A quarter that appears normal to one person could be a high-value find to another. For many, coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's a way to connect with the past, to hold a tangible piece of American history in your hand. Each quarter tells part of the nation's story: the rise of industry, the evolution of design, the care and precision of the U.S. Mint. The 1986 Washington quarter is no different. It stands as a testament to the era and as a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can possess extraordinary worth. So, the next time you're handed a quarter with your change or sift through coins at home, don't be too quick to spend it. Take a moment. Look at the date. Check for errors. Examine the condition. Because what looks like a simple 25-cent piece could, in fact, be hiding a far greater secret. And in one incredible case, a 1986 Washington quarter, flawless in condition and rare in detail, was sold for the astonishing price of $90,000. That's right, $90,000 for a single quarter. So keep your eyes open, because your change just might change your life. Top 5. Have you ever taken a moment to really look at the change in your pocket? Most people don't. A quarter is just a quarter, right? But sometimes, hidden in plain sight, there's a coin with a story, a rare treasure that collectors dream of. Today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 1995 Washington quarter dollar, a coin that, at first glance, seems like any other, but under the right circumstances, could be worth far more than 25 cents. This isn't just about metal and mint marks. It's about history, rarity, and the excitement of discovering something truly valuable right in your hands. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932. Introduced to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Its iconic design, featuring the stately profile of the first president on the obverse and a bold, majestic eagle on the reverse, remained virtually unchanged for decades. By 1995, this coin was a familiar sight, used in vending machines, parking meters, and millions of daily transactions across the country. But in the world of coin collecting, even the most ordinary year can hide extraordinary secrets. The 1995 edition of the Washington quarter is no exception. What makes a 1995 quarter valuable? There are several key factors that elevate it from spare change to collectible gold. First and foremost is condition. Coins that have never been circulated, known as mint state coins, are far rarer than those that have passed through countless hands. When a coin is graded highly, let's say MS 67 or MS 68, it means it has retained its original luster, shows no signs of wear, and has razor-sharp details. These top-tier examples are extremely hard to come by, especially as the years go on. Time and handling wear down coins, making pristine specimens increasingly rare and therefore more valuable. Another aspect collectors obsess over is the presence of minting errors. A 1995 quarter with an off-center strike, a double die error, or a misaligned mint mark can be a jackpot find. These errors occur during the coin production process and are often caught and discarded. But sometimes, a few slip through the cracks and make their way into circulation. These rare mistakes create unique and fascinating pieces that are highly sought after in the numismatic community. It's not just a coin anymore, it's a one-of-a-kind artifact. Then there's the thrill of the hunt. Coin collectors around the world love the idea that valuable treasures could be hiding in plain sight. A 1995 Washington quarter might be sitting in a coin jar on your dresser, lying at the bottom of your purse, or passed casually from hand to hand at a gas station. And while the majority of 1995 quarters are worth exactly what they say, 25 cents, there are exceptions. Certain quarters, with just the right combination of rarity, condition, and error, can be worth exponentially more. So where do these high-value quarters go? Most end up in the hands of passionate collectors or savvy investors who know what to look for. These individuals spend years studying coins, learning the subtle differences in design, strike, and finish that can separate a common coin from a gem. And once in a while, one of these 1,995 quarters finds its way into an auction house or private sale, where its true value is realized. Think about the journey of such a coin. Minted in 1995, it could have sat untouched in a roll for decades or spent years hiding in a collection before finally being graded and appraised. Imagine holding that piece of metal in your hand, something that most people would overlook, and realizing it holds a secret value. A value that collectors are willing to pay a small fortune for. The world of coins is full of surprises, and the 1995 Washington quarter is proof that hidden gems still exist. It's a reminder that sometimes the most valuable things are the ones we see every day but never truly notice. So the next time you get change at the store or find a quarter under your couch cushion, take a closer look. Check the year, inspect the condition, and who knows, you might be holding a miniature masterpiece. Because one incredibly rare example of the 1995 Washington quarter, in mint condition with exceptional detail and no signs of wear, was sold to a collector for the remarkable sum of $60,000. Yes, you heard that right, $60,000 for a single quarter. Keep your eyes open, because your change might just change your life.